Hello and welcome. On today's video, I want to show you a few diagrams, kind of give you a visual. What does it look like to go from a broken woman into stepping into your more divine feminine energy to a woman that is high value and operating out of that full feminine energy flow, right? So I will give you a few visuals in this video to show you how does this actually work. You may think you are pretty feminine, you're pretty in tune with your emotions, but I believe that these diagrams, these visual charts, they will show you or reveal to you what areas you still need to work in. And one indicator could be that you are not happy in your relationship. You are not attracting the type of men that you want. So these are all indicators that there is some room to grow, and it probably has to do with your feminine energy. And everything I say can actually apply to men, but you apply that to whatever I say, you apply that to your masculine energy as well. So let's dive into it. I did grab a little, notebook today to give you some of these charts. So the first one kind of looks like this, where we have a chart, and this is the middle, and right here we have like masculine energy, and right here we have uh, feminine energy, right? And um, you can be, so if you are a woman, but you are in your masculine energy, and what does that like look like? You, maybe you have a very big need for a man. Like you can't really be alone. You are like very anxious if you don't have a man in your life. You feel like you really want to be in a relationship, right? So that means you've got some masculine energy. Also, like you may call men first, you may text men first. So there's kind of that chase. Like instead of them pursuing you, you kind of like chase them. Also, this could be if you are in a relationship, but you could be doing a lot of like providing for the family. It's like a 50-50. You have a full-time job, you're working, you're paying the bills, and then you come home and you have like a whole list of things that you have to do. So you're constantly like stressed out. You can't really just like relax and be like in your feminine. So that means you are in your masculine energy. So whatever state you are in and how far you are from like the middle is going to be the man that you are going to be attracting are the same polarity from the middle, but they're going to be on the feminine side. So this means like he's got insecurities, he's in the feminine, he's not really providing for you like safety, security. He's not really like pursuing you the way you would want him to pursue. This could also be like an abusive man where he abuses you emotionally. It's because he's wounded. He's in his feminine energy. So it's always going to be the same distance from the middle. So if you've got masculine energy, you're very needy. You're going to have a man that's got like wounded masculine energy as well. But and this is where a lot of women are like, man, like men are the problem. Okay, it's not that men are the problem. It's where you fall on the spectrum, and you can change this. You can't really change the man. You change yourself, and then by you changing yourself, you will begin to attract different type of men. If you are in a relationship, in a marriage, the more feminine you become, the more like it'll be kind of like a test. Will he step into his masculine, or will he kind of stay in his like brokenness in his feminine energy? So this is where you change yourself. So you begin to pull back, you begin to go into your feminine energy, and that looks like receiving more, healing your anxiety. If he doesn't call you, you don't call him. He doesn't text you, you don't text him. You allow him to set dates. So you kind of like drop things. Oh, wow, I would love to like like go here and there and hang out with you. If he doesn't set the time, you don't set the time. You don't set the date. You don't set that meeting with you. You allow him to pursue you. You don't open your doors. If this is your like your partner, you don't carry the groceries home. You ask him, hey, can you help me out with the groceries? Um, or like, hey, I brought the groceries. Do you mind like grabbing them from the cart, please? You know? Um, and always like it's all about like how you ask your man as well, you know. You could say like the garbage hasn't been taken out. Or to get into your feminine, you can say, I would really appreciate it if you took the garbage out like on your way out. Right? It's all about how you say things, and instantly, boom, you went from masculine energy and into feminine energy. So the more you begin to heal yourself and step into feminine, so the more feminine you are, remember, it's going to be the same polarity from the middle, the more masculine he will become. You see how that works? And so let me give you some characteristics. So the more intuitive you are, the more flowing you are, the more you heal your anxiety, and the more you are okay with sitting back and relaxing and allowing yourself to relax. And not feel like you're being judged, not feel like you always constantly have to go, 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 but really being okay with processing your emotions and allowing yourself to be whatever it is you want to be. So really like stepping into your feminine and really allowing yourself to be whoever you want to be. It's more feminine energy is also, you know, vulnerable. You're not afraid to speak up. You're not afraid to be like, oh my gosh, but I'm gonna lose him. How will he react? You're always waiting for his reaction. Feminine woman, she doesn't really mind how he reacts. Okay, if I spoke up, I have a need, and you want to leave me, you're free to go. I will be okay if I am single. But a lot of women, this will cause you to be in the masculine energy if you are afraid of a man to leave you. If you're afraid that he's going to cheat, that he will be talking to other women, that's you in your masculine. You're trying to control him. So feminine is like letting go of control. Actually, control is a masculine trait. He should be the one afraid that you will find somebody else. You are such a diamond. You are such a gem. If he knows that if you, the more feminine you will become, the more he will hold on to you and not want to lose you because he knows how valuable you are. So that actually leads us into our next diagram is so how do you become like more feminine, right? And kind of going from maybe you were in a toxic relationship, an abusive relationship, maybe with a narcissist, manipulators, kind of guys that like men that use you. And so it's never really been like a healthy relationship that you've always wanted, right? So you feel like you are like pretty, you know, like pretty like broken. So we're gonna call this like low value, and we're gonna call this high value. Um, and so we are pretty much born like right here. We like when we are babies in our childhood, you know, we are born happy and joyful. You know, nothing has really happened. We haven't been traumatized, we haven't really been wounded. But then as we grow older, things happen in our childhood. You know, your parents might have divorced. You might have been bullied at school. Just all of these things like bad boyfriend after bad boyfriend, bad relationship after bad, 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 right? And so your confidence, your self-esteem kind of goes down, right? If there was a lot of emotional abuse, um, so just like very unsuccessful, maybe you know, nothing has really like worked out. You don't have a dream life. You don't have the friends you want to do. Maybe you had some addictions in here, right? All of that kind of brings your self-esteem, your confidence, all of that brings you down. So then you're like, man, but I want to become this like high value woman and I want like men to pursue me and chase me. I want a committed relationship. I want a husband, right? So it's going to take some time like getting up here. It's going to take some time. This is why sometimes you may need therapy, coaching, a mentor, right? Some of this, you know, God will help you heal some of these traumas, right? And so When you begin to like work on yourself, so say like you got out of like the relationship, like that's step one. And step one is also becoming aware and becoming accountable. You say, you know what? Whatever I was doing before is clearly not working out for me. I'm going to take control of my life. I am going to start setting boundaries. I am going to start communicating. I am going to start walking away from toxic people. Maybe my friends are abusive. Just like really seeing who is my circle, because who your circle is a very good indicator of who you are as well. Then you begin to seek a deeper relationship with God, right? So now you're kind of like right here. So maybe as you're going here, you're also healing your inner child. You're healing everything that happened to you in your childhood. Um, and so you kind of are here, right? And let me give this example. A lot of like people that you see, like maybe your other friends from childhood, you're like, man, like how does she get like a better husband? How does she get so lucky? You know, and it kind of depends like what environment were you brought up in? You know, if this friend of yours, if she had supportive parents, parents that were pretty intelligent. They knew how to give her freedom. Awesome. You want to be a doctor? Like, we will support you. You want to be a singer, an actress? Awesome. Like, we will support you. Where maybe right here, when you were little and then you had all of these dreams, like your dreams were shattered. And it could have been like maybe you were brought up in a poor household, like your family just couldn't afford all of your extracurricular activities. Like maybe you wanted to be a ballerina, they didn't really take you to ballet classes. You wanted to do gymnastics, they didn't really like take you. So you didn't really explore like your creativeness. Like maybe you were into drawing, but they didn't take you into like drawing classes or music, playing an instrument. All of that like creative side gets shattered down. But your friend that you are maybe like comparing yourself to, you know, she had a different household. Like maybe they had a little bit more money. Maybe her parents did take her to whatever like she wanted to do. Okay, this year it's soccer. Let's put you into soccer. Okay, next year it's this. Like we'll put you into that, right? So they kind of gave this child freedom to be who it is that they want to be. So childhood, how you were brought up, it's really going to indicate, you know, how much trauma you have. And then as you begin to heal, so now you're kind of like right here, you're in the middle. And this, a lot of people like begin to settle here. You know, they're like, wow, like I'm doing like really, really good. Awesome. Like I'm ready to get married. I'm ready to like start a family. And this is good. Like this is good. But now this, if you decide to go up here, like this is the good stuff. This is where you go after your dreams. This is, especially if you are maybe in your 30s, 40s, you're a little bit later on in life, and you're like, man, I wish like I went after my dream. I wish I went after that career. I wish, I wish, I wish. Well, now you can do that right now, especially if you are going through like a divorce, you got divorced. This is your chance to do everything that you didn't get to do when you were younger. Now you can maybe go back into like nursing school. Maybe you can go into law school. I love it that in America, when you go to college, university, you see people all kinds of ages. It's not just like young people. It's not just people in their like late teens and early 20s. No, you see people in their 40s, 50s, 60s. You know, you see people like they want a second and a third career. And that's amazing. Like that's amazing that this country like provides that. So, it is up to you to take that leap. But I do want to warn you that this, you know, going from here to really going into high value, it's going to take more work. It means your circle is going to get even more smaller. Like if you thought your circle is small now, it's going to get even more smaller, but it's going to be more quality. Now you're like, I'd rather have that one or two friend, but they're super supportive. They're always there for me. I can always rely on them. But even if I don't have a friend, I've built a trusting relationship with myself. I became my number one fan. I know that I will get through anything. I know that life works out for me. And right here, you begin to go after your dreams. You begin to like dream big. And you're like, why not me? Like, why can't I be a millionaire in my household? Why can't I go after my dream job and become that singer that I've always wanted to be, right? Anything you want to be, anything like this is right here. Like, why can't I have that kind of man? Why can't I have that type of woman? But this means you're going to have to do more work on yourself as well. Like a high value man will not come to you if you're right here. And when I speak about high value, I don't mean like you're like top model and you're like the skinniest and you're like the prettiest or like you're the richest. No, 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 no. It's all about your inner world. It's all about um, the work you did on the inside and the aura that you begin to create. This is where you go, but from being like in your feminine, you're pretty like feminine, but this is like divine feminine. This is like a powerful woman. This is like queen, goddess energy. Like this is all like right here. And I know you want to be here. Like I know this is pretty good, but if you really want like a super masculine man, a man that he's like a leader, but he's not like a toxic leader. Like he gives you the freedom. So a good indicator to know that you are with a masculine man is like he's grounded. He lets you be you. Today you're crying, he knows how to support you. Tomorrow you're like laughing and you're like dreaming big and you're like, you know what? Like, let's do this. Like he supports you. Like so the more like he's grounded and he's like secure in himself, he doesn't operate out of insecurities. And he's like, yeah, you want to go out with your friends? Like, go ahead and go. Like I'll stay home, I'll do something. And then like next weekend, like he wants to go out and you stay home. It's like that healthy relationship, because he knows he trusts you. You're not gonna cheat. And you trust him. He's not gonna have like wandering eyes because your relationship is secure. You guys have built that trust. You know, um, and he only has eyes for you. This is all like right here. And high value doesn't mean he's the richest, because let me tell you, a lot of rich men, they're not all that high value because not a lot of them did the inner work. They might have the finances, they might buy you materialistic things, but they are maybe not spiritually awakened. Maybe they're not as emotionally intelligent. So it's not a same thing with the prettiest model, the skinniest, prettiest model. She might not be high value because she's got a lot of insecurities. She is like very vanity. It's all about looks, but she doesn't bring anything. She doesn't bring peace. She doesn't. It's not a home you want to come home to. Like she always fights. Like, where did you go? What are you doing? Who's calling you? Who's texting you? She's very needy. She's very clingy. So models and I'm just like throwing models out there, but like the most prettiest girl you can think of, it does not mean she is high value. So, um, so this is gonna be a lot of like inner work. It's gonna be deeper work, but I'm gonna tell you, like you've got one life to live. Why not go big? Well, like why not? What's stopping you? You. You are the only person that is stopping yourself from being, and this kind of goes into like going back into your childhood and like dream again. Like as a little girl, as like maybe a little boy, like who did you want to be? Like why not start dreaming again? Like why not go after amazing money? Why not go and start building an amazing like relationship and really like stepping into the divine who God has created you to be. So this is another spectrum I wanted to show you guys. And the next one, the next um, uh, little diagram I wanted to show you guys is it's kind of like lanes. We're all like living, people call it like vibrations or, but kind of like vibration. So if you are living in a lot of like unforgiveness, like shame, a lot of guilt, a lot of fear, like these are all like pretty like low. Let's just draw it like on a spectrum, right? Like these are all very low. And when you are here, um, oh, when you are here, you will attract people kind of like that they will mirror to you like what work do you need to do or what areas are struggling. So if you are kind of like down here, this is like if you don't have much boundaries, you're gonna get partners that are manipulative, that are abusive. They don't respect your boundaries. They don't respect your time. Um, they don't really value you as a woman, as a man, very disrespectful to you. You know, they're very flaky. Like you feel like you're an option. Like you don't feel like you are their priority. So, you know, people kind of meet you and they show you, hey, we got some work to do. And I don't want this to be like it's just a challenge for you. Like, I don't want you to fall into, oh my gosh, like something's wrong with me. No, it just means it's a challenge and take the challenge and be like, okay, like these people are showing me I've got work to do. Let's do it. Like, let's do it. Let's get better. So then the more work you begin doing on yourself, so the more you're like, you know what, I'm going to become like, I'm going to deepen my relationship with God. I am going to start journaling. I am going to start reading my Bible. I'm going to hit the gym. I'm going to start making new friends and really getting out there and building new hobbies and building new interests, right? So as you heal, you begin to meet people at the level that you are going up in. And this is why it may seem like, man, I'm doing the work, but it seems like I'm still meeting like people that I'm not aligned with, right? It's because like you really want to be up here, but but like this is where you want to be, like ideally. But the people that are coming into your life, they're showing you, we've still got work here to do. Like we can't really jump things. We kind of have to go through the steps, you know, like as you're climbing a ladder, you can't really like skip steps. You actually have to go each step after each step. This is why you may feel like, oh, new challenge. Oh, it's a new challenge. You're like, oh man, I started like putting in boundaries with people, but now I see like now there's a new challenge. I feel like when I'm like talking, people are like not really like hearing me out, or man, I have a hard time like speaking up about my need. So a lot of like women, they usually have on anxious avoidant emotional attachment style. And as you begin to heal, you might be healing your anxiety. And as you've healed your anxiety, okay, now you're like, okay, I don't really call men first. I don't really text men first. I let men open the door for me. Okay, now that's kind of like not bare minimal, but you've kind of like raised the bar, right? But now we might have to work on your avoidance. What have you been avoiding? And this, a lot of women struggle with this, especially like a lot of like Christian women. If you are kind of like a people pleaser, you're very nice, you're very kind, you're gonna have a hard time saying no, right? So as you heal some things, now we got to work on a few other things. It's like, oh, I have to say no because now I'm seeing like I'm actually like not very happy, or maybe I don't have the time. I'm very busy with my life. So you begin to prioritize yourself. And that means when you are reading your Bible, you're going to the gym, you are journaling, you're working on your career. That means you have less time for external things. And now people, friends, family, there might be like, man, like you're not like making time for me. Hey, can you do this for me? And so they might get a little bit offended because you are changing. You are no longer who you were right here. And this is why it might feel uncomfortable because now you're kind of working on other areas of your life. So there's always like a challenge. As you move up, there's always challenges. So this is why they say begin to love the process, begin to fall in love with the journey, because the journey is always going to be there. It's kind of like when you like lost the weight, and in order to maintain that figure, in order to maintain that weight on the scale, that has to become your lifestyle. Like certain eating habits, they have to become your lifestyle, so that your weight, you know, stays, so that you maintain it, right? So um you know, as we're so you're kind of like shifting lanes. And this is where, like, man, I'm not happy. It's up to you. Like, when you're ready to move to the next thing, it's up to you. The way I like to look at it is kind of like when you're on a freeway, you know, and there's like the first lane is like people going slower. There's a lot of people coming in and out, right? That could be your life. You have a lot of like relationships. people come in, people come out, nobody really stays in your life, and it's pretty like slow, like kind of like slow pace. But as you move towards like the lanes in the on the freeway, like if you see like the last lane, like people are going fast pace, those are kind of like your people that have a business, they have like a lot going. They're like your like top 1% people. You need high energy, you need to be very disciplined, you need to be very like organized. It's like a lot of these like good qualities. So and as when we like shift lanes on the freeway, we can't really go like this, right? Because there's going to be a lot of damage, and like you're probably not prepared to go from the first lane to the last one. You have to move through the lanes, but that means you like it's up to you. You're like, okay, I'm uncomfortable here. This is I don't want to be here. I want to move to the next. I want to move to the next, right? So as you do the work, you begin to move lanes. And so as you like shift here, higher and higher. So people right here, they have a lot of like inner peace. They don't have much, they're less in like fight or flight mode. They're more in like joy and gratitude, and they're really feeling like abundant. So this is like abundance. This is very broken. This is abundance. Out of the abundance of the heart, this is where you prioritize yourself, and you have a morning routine. It consisted of a prayer, you read the Bible, you journaled, boom, like you're ready for the day. You are ready to pour into other people. But if you woke up late, you snoozed, you were stuck in traffic, people were flipping you off, you wanted to flip people off. This is like all like low vibrations. So and it is up to you to get yourself up here. Nobody's gonna take you here unless like you take yourself here. So if you want to start meeting people at different like levels, like learning from somebody, that means you need to get around like those kind of people and not being afraid to stepping out and trying something new. So this is how you get into your divine feminine, your divine masculine. This is how you go from like low value to a high value woman. This is how you go from like being in your masculine and going into your feminine. So I hope these charts and these kind of like visual diagrams kind of helped you. And now you see like what you have to work with. Now you are more self-aware. You're like, okay, I've got some work to do. Let's do it. I am ready to jump into being a more feminine woman. So if these did help you, and you are seeing maybe you've tried some things but you're struggling, I do have a few things that I do offer. I do offer one-on-one coaching, and I also have a feminine course for the ladies. I have a 4-week course. It's called the Glow Up, and in this course, you will begin to glow up different areas of your life, things like your physical. You begin to glow up physically, emotionally, you begin to glow up. I teach you how to overcome triggers and emotions, become emotionally intelligent, heal your inner child. Then, spiritually, I help you glow up as well. How do you have a lifestyle where you make time to pray, where you have time to read your Bible, where you connect with God, not you just talk to Him, but you also hear Him, and kind of having that dialogue with God. And the last one is feminine energy. I help you dive into your feminine energy and not being afraid of who you are, like as a woman, and really stepping into that powerful divine woman. So if this is something you are interested in, I will have the links below this video, and I hope you find it useful, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.